Scottish Land and Estates is a membership organisation that represents over 2,500 members across Scotland. We lobby on their behalf at a political level, as well as making sure that their voice is heard. The issue of Scotland's future is critical to us all, and our members are no exception. This particular debate creates a forum to discuss the pros and cons of staying in the Union versus full Scottish independence, which is highly relevant right now. We organise various events like this during the year, and we hope to hold more similar ones in future.
Well, we're very keen to engage with our members and with the wider rural community on issues that are important to Scotland at the moment. And the referendum, it's coming at us like a train, and we feel that this is something that we should be raising with our own sector. And as you saw today, we had almost 60 people here debating and discussing with local politicians the ins and outs and pros and cons of independence in rural Scotland.
Well, the independence debate, in whatever form it is going to affect the whole of Scotland, and particularly the rural economy. The rural economy really is a greater disadvantage than the urban economy because of the opportunities for employment. So they've got to realise and know what is going to happen to the rural economy, because they haven't got the opportunities around the corner to go and seek alternative employment.
I speak to you as a Scot, and it is my belief, indeed seems to me to be common sense, that everyone has the responsibility and duty to look after their own affairs.
Because this is a generational choice. This is something that will take place only once in this generation, and indeed it should only take place in that way. And therefore, out of the greatest respect for the Scottish voter, we should have a process that exchanges information and ideas and allows us to make an informed choice.
I think there is really very little difference between the arguments that would apply to urban Scotland and the arguments that would apply to rural Scotland as to why we should become independent. In my view, very firmly, is we are better off remaining part of the United Kingdom.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Now that phrase, written almost exactly at the same time as the Union of the Crowns, is one of the most commonly quoted phrases in world literature. At first it looks like a simple question, although authors have argued for the last 400 years, what does it mean? And I think that's similar to the situation that confronts us today.
I thought today was very interesting. I hadn't quite known what to expect, but I found it very stimulating, and it was really very good to hear all the different points of view. It's easy to organise events in urban areas and to get people together in towns and cities. It's not so easy in the countryside, and I think it's very good that we had companies today who were prepared to sponsor an event such as this and to bring MPs and MSPs together and to an invited audience so that they could ask searching questions.
What I've learnt more than anything is that there's a big debate out there still to be had, still to be done. It should be, the question of independence for Scotland is a massive, massive issue. And I think that's what attracted me to come to this thing today, because there hasn't really been an awful lot of this type of thing out there. And I think it's really interesting that the debate has started to gather momentum, and I think it has to continue to gather momentum before people are allowed to make the decision on such a monumental issue.